Okay, it says that we're live. I think we're live. We're live. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me today. It is, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, my birthday. But it's not just my birthday, it's also my book's birthday.
Yep.
So
we were here for that.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And I hit Okay. Okay, and I hit 1,000 subscribers in the month of July, and I didn't want to do like a celebration stream and then another celebration stream and then a third one. I was just kind of like, we'll just put them all in one and just kind of like, yay, and it'll be great. So real quick, because I know some of you are like, what are we going to do today? And I actually, like, no surprise to anybody, I made a survey and I sent it out and I asked what you guys wanted to do. And you guys wanted to do writing sprints. So those, I have worked those in to the thing. You guys wanted to do a Q&A and then you wanted to play some games. So I have that all set up. We are going to do all these things. I'm aiming for 2 hours. And if we hit the 2-hour mark and we didn't do everything, so. And then just to show you guys what it's going to look like, because Carol made an agenda. Is anybody surprised? No, I don't think so. So that's pretty much the stream agenda. We're going to have a game, do a Q&A, sprint, Q&A, game, Q&A, sprint, open floor, in case there were questions that I didn't answer. So it's exciting. Let's go ahead and we'll leave that up actually while I go ahead and say hello to all the wonderful people. So Jeannie is here. Jeannie is first. Well done, Jeannie. Yay! It's nice to see you. Will tacos and spreadsheets be prizes? No, actually what you guys wanted is you wanted a free signed copy of Queen of Swords and Silence. So that is a prize. I don't know how we're going to do that. I'll figure it out. And then you wanted an avatar, a hand-drawn avatar, and I can't remember the other thing, but we'll get there when we get there. My main thing is just to have fun today. So, yeah. And ANCAP Gamer is here. ANCAP Gamer is actually in a different circle of friends that I hang out with. And Amy, I'm pretty confident you two are in cahoots to drain my wallet of money. Like I'm absolutely positive of it. Because you send me stuff for tarot and stuff for planners, and he sends me VR games. And I'm like, I have to like literally re-budget everything.
Those don't.
I tip my hat to you, ANCAP.
Stop trying to break the Caro.
I want all the things. Let's see. So Alexis is here. And then as soon as I get done saying hello to everybody, I'm going to let my co-hosts introduce themselves, which I should have done first. But, you know, whatever. We're here. We're having a spacey day.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. Yeah.
We don't have to be formal on a Sunday.
Yeah. Mercer? That sounds, yeah. I'm probably butchering your name. Welcome to my channel. I don't think I've seen you. No, I have seen you. I just can't remember if it's been here. Welcome. It's nice to have you. There's Sky is pulling double duty. Let's see. Rose is here. It's good to see you. Margaret is here. Hello. Radative is here with the bat avatar. And Radative wrote this thing. There was once a waitress named Caro whose birthday was here by the arrow. And though ISS, I am a fiend for desserts. I am not here for cake. I swear. Oh, that's very cute. Thank you. I'm here for this. Let's see. Oh, Sarah's here. Hello. I just called you Caro. I'm here for. Melina, help me. Melanie. Oh my God. Hi. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you for wishing.
I was gonna. You're a little nervous.
It's not a stream if Caro doesn't fuck up at least 3 names. That's just how it works.
I was going to say, welcome to Caro Brown's channel, where your name will be slaughtered with nothing but 100% pure love.
Yes. Let's see. Orla, hello. I was actually, so like, unintentionally, I had used Orla's name in the story as a placeholder, and then I was like, we're keeping it. So I should probably have Orla, like, beta that when it's ready, but let's see. Motivational setting is here. Hello. Everybody wish me a happy birthday. Thank you so much. Let's see. Alexis is here. Hello, writerly people, zombies. That's right. You're doing the Zombie Apocalypse Journal blog thing, aren't you? I remember you mentioning that. Ava is here. Hello. Joanne Ninja Hen is also here. Wait, la la la. Anya is here. Hello, and congrats on the link. Thank you guys so much for the subs. If you have subbed recently, I was like really touched. about all of that. We was like, we've got such a good time.
Is her avatar Grover?
I don't know.
No, because he doesn't have the nose. But he reminds me of Grover.
Which Muppet?
I
Is that a
think
Muppet?
it is Grover smushed up against the screen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think Grover's nose is that color.
Yeah, it's like blue.
Pink.
We have questions. Dal is here, and hello, Dal. So good to see you.
Good morning.
Jennifer Brown, no relation, is here. Hello, it's good to see you too. Millie is here. Hello, thank you for the happy birthday wish. See, Miss Barbara is here. Hello, Miss Barbara. And Miss Barbara has showered me in tacos. Yes. Yes. Let's see. Novelist Allie is here. Hello, thank you for the birthday wish. Oh, Austin's here. Hello, Austin. She wrote in Chinese, and I can't read that. No, wait. So that's Chinese, and then that's Japanese, and then we got German, and I don't know what that last one is. I think that's Spanish. Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Tested me. Oh, Aaron's here. Hello. Thank you, Aaron. All the birthday wishes. Oh, my God. My heart. See, James is here. Hello. Thank you again for the wish. Brenda is here. Cheryl is here with the fantastic avatar. Like, that's just like the happiest place as a Supernatural fan to be. And StreamYard jumped.
Bingo.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
Oh, you should have made a birthday bingo.
I thought about it, but then I was like, that's too much work now.
That could have been a prize. You should have said something. I would have made it for you.
Oh, well, you know what? Next year.
Next year, okay.
We got One Agenda fan. Thank you. I appreciate that you like my organization. Sophia is here. Hello. Thank you. Orla, organized fun. RC is here. Oh, Savvy Writes Books is here. Hello. And smashing the like button. You can smash the like button if you want, or you can hit the dislike button. But if you do hit the dislike button, you may have to hit it twice because sometimes it doesn't pay attention. I'm just saying. Yeah, and Cap, I showed you a game. Yeah, you did. You did. And then I was on that channel for a while. I know she's getting covered up by comments, and I feel really bad about it. I'm sorry, Tamara. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just zeroed out my face and put up your happy birthday thing. It doesn't matter.
Let's see. Oh, Robert's here. Hello. Wanted to come in between tasks today and wish you goodness, light, and tacos. Yes, I definitely want the tacos. Let's see. Just want to make sure I got everybody. Here's one. Charlie is here. Hello. Am I in time? You are totally in time. We only started 8 minutes ago. Let's see. And Camille's here wishing happy birthday. And there's a Jace. Hello, Jace. Jace, I think you're still hanging out with Meadow. If you guys didn't know, it's also Meadow's birthday. So if you've not wished her a happy birthday, please feel free to go do so. And it's not just our birthdays. It's somebody else's birthday too. Isn't it, Dana?
It's Mr. Elijah's 19th birthday. Let me tell you, when you're standing next to your 6'6", almost 300-pound baby, taking his yearly mother-son photo, it really is nostalgic thinking, wow, at one point in time you were like here and now you're like kneel down so we can take a picture together. Okay? So yeah, yep, he's 19 years old and I'm super excited. I was super excited last year too because I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are both really creative and you're both born on the same exact day. And so I was like, okay, this day has got to be like a universal creative birthing day or something. I don't know. But
because when I was actually in Japan, hello, happy birthday, Meadow. When I was in Japan, my coworkers asked when my birthday was, and I was kind of like, we don't have to celebrate it. It's okay. And they're like, no, it's your birthday. We have to celebrate it. It's like, when is it? It's like, it's August 9th. And there's like this very long pause because August 9th is the day that we dropped the atom bomb on Japan. And I was like, we don't got to celebrate it. It's totally fine. You can just like slide a card.
you're doing the nostalgia. No.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what though? There's another thing that happened on August 9th that I do not speak about because it was horrendous. And now there's two things that happened on August 9th that are horrendous and shall not be spoken about. Because this is a happy, freaking creative birthing day, okay?
It's a happy day. Everybody will freaking smile. Mandatory fun. It's been said. Bye,
Yes.
Dana. Oh, look, Lisa's here. Hello, Lisa. Da, 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 da. Na, 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 na. It's having good times. There's some Spanish. I don't speak it. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, so that was exciting and kind of awkward. And I was like, you guys don't have to celebrate my birthday. It's totally fine. And I'm catching a sage. Okay, cool. So I said I was going to let you guys introduce yourselves, and I mean it. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves. Welcome to my co-host introduction part of this. And we'll start with Dana.
Hello, my name is Dana Gollin. Sometimes I write under the pen name Ava Fox, and I'm here to celebrate my friend Caro's birthday. I don't know why it was voted that we do writing sprints, because we write and sprint all week long anyway, but we're here to have fun, do a little productivity, and wish Caro an absolutely awesome birthday. Yay!
Yay. Amy, you're next. I choose you.
Hello, everybody. I am Amy Awesome Buddy. I am an SEO consultant, and I've been friends with Caro for a little over a year now. So this is my second birthday, telling Caro happy birthday, and I'm happy to be here. So
Yeah.
thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. Sky, I choose you.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I am Sky. I typically write paranormal romance. I'm SD Haggis. I am just here to wish Caro a happy birthday and everyone else who has a birthday today, happy birthday, and have some fun with my friends because my internet's playing nice today.
Yay.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
I'm like a neck on everything. Been hanging out with Ava Fox a little too much there, ma'am.
My last name is Woods. So I knocked on me.
Oh.
That
Oh,
wasn't an Ava Fox joke.
Oh, I thought it was. Wow.
You know, are you calling me a dick?
It could be.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah. So Tamara got me a fan. Isn't it great? I love it. It's beautiful. I had to practice the flip so that way I could do it with like grace and finesse.
And it's a new addition to her pack.
It is. It really is. Oh, actually, hold on. There's one more gift she got me that I want to tell the story about. So hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't know which one this is.
I'm like, I am currently trying to find happy events that happened on August 9th. Now, okay, I found one, a happy event. In 1173, construction of the Tower of Pisa begins, and it takes 2 centuries to complete it, okay? Woo! I'm going to find some more happy things that happened on August 9th, okay? Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Tina's going to be popping in with fun facts.
Oh, okay. I'm here for that. Okay, so I was hanging out with Tamara like you do, and she was talking to a math magician about groceries, and she was verbally telling him the list, and like sporadically I said Twizzlers, and she's like, Twizzlers? And then of course he's like, why do we need Twizzlers?
I'm like, we don't need Twizzlers. She's like, Twizzlers. I'm like, we don't need Twizzlers. He's like, I'll get Twizzlers. I'll probably forget it's on the list. I'm like, I don't want Twizzlers. She's like, you should get Twizzlers. I don't want Twizzlers. I don't want Twizzlers.
So no, Amy, come back. Amy will come back. So anyway, so in my mailbox, I got like a package, and it was 5 pounds of Twizzlers.
Yeah.
Bon appetit.
Joke's on me. Because he was like, I want 5 pounds of Twizzlers.
That's funny.
Well, it was really she got me another gift. So for those of you who don't know, I'm like a nut for lemon heads, right? But my spouse will buy lemon heads and be like, there are lemon heads in the house. I'm like, oh, cool, right? And then he'll hide them. He'll
Which
hide them.
I thought was hilarious because I got to watch her hunt for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is great.
I was gonna say manhunt for lemon heads. That's it's gotta
That's one
happen.
way to get me to clean the house, right? So anyway.
Oh, you know what? That's ingenious. I'm gonna start hiding money around the house and telling Mini Monster, if you clean it and you find it, it is yours. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank
Wow.
you,
She's
Josh.
gonna be so happy.
Oh, Aaron, lemon heads are like these little yellow candies. They basically taste like lemons and they have sugar. They're like really bad for you. So
Fun
she gave me
fact.
what?
Sorry. Fun fact. I don't know how many people have actually tried lemon head candies, but I have a lemon tree, and lemon leaves smell exactly like lemon heads taste.
Ooh.
But lemon leaves do not taste like lemon candies taste.
Very
It
cool.
smells
Trickery is
so
afoot.
good. Yeah, and I had to taste it. I was like, it smells so good. It smells like candy. So I bit into it, and it doesn't taste like it smells.
So here's something interesting.
Okay.
I'm
ready.
not sure that Sky got a chance to introduce herself.
Tamara didn't though.
Hi,
Oh.
my name's Tamara. I'm on vacation.
We got totally distracted. My bad, guys.
And another
Guy.
fun fact was in 1803 of August 9th, the first horses arrived in Hawaii. That's right. But you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. How did they get here?
On a boat.
They swam.
Maybe
They're
they
very
swam
smelly
really far. You don't know.
They're like half mermaid horses.
Ah,
They're
Whoa.
seahorses.
Oh my.
And when they came out of the ocean, they grew extra legs. See?
Oh my gosh, this would be a fun writing prompt.
Sorry, Carol.
No, I'm here for that. We're gonna actually, because there's one game that is a writing prompt, so we're gonna get to that in a little bit. Who did not introduce themselves yet? Quick, before I forget.
It was just me, and then I did it.
And
We're
then you did it.
done.
Yay! Okay, cool. I need to put these candies farther from me. Hold on. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do the screen share again. All right, so like I said, organized fun. So we're going to play a game. And this game is how many words can you make from on here within 5 minutes?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you guys a little time to check that out, study it a little bit. And for the people in the comments, you can go ahead and start typing those in there. And we're going to start this game in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that's time. And I got a total of 16 because I got distracted. How'd you guys do?
I got 9, but I had to look for paper first, so you know.
If you guys in the comments want to go ahead and add up your tally, what I will do is the person with the most words that we can verify, I will probably send you a little prize that we can negotiate. Oh man. Thank you so much for popping in, man. I really appreciate that.
CEO Savvy,
I've got 35, and 2 of them are names, and I need to make sure that I didn't double up.
Amy.
I got 25.
Is Amy an overachiever or what?
Amy may or may not actually really enjoy word puzzles and do this kind of stuff all the time.
I got 21. I had to double check and make sure I didn't have doubles as well.
I thought I had 17, but I was like, I wrote flow down twice, so I was like, no, I can only have flow 1.
Did Joe Ninja Hen really get 198?
I think that's a word sprint.
Oh, okay. I was like, no way. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah, there she is. I misunderstood the game and wrote a rambling story of 198 words. I'm sorry, Joanne. I should probably explain these things better. I remember when I think we had one stream on Tamara's channel where it was just kind of something about, or it was somewhere about what milkshake brings the boys to the yard, and Joanne was literally trying to figure out what milkshake would do that.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what though? That is so sweet. That's something that's something my sweet Elijah would do. He would be like, "Oh, I'll make a concoction. It'll be the best milkshake ever." That's super sweet. I like it.
It is, yeah. Let's see. Wow, Amy. You guys did really well. So we got 22, we got 21, 20. I'm the one with 16, 25, 15, 28, 13, 20. You guys did really good. 20. Let's see. Do they have to be connected? No, I just wanted to just have fun with it. Well, you know what? Next time, Redditive, I will make sure that I express those rules a little more clearly. Oh, wow. Here's an idea. We should make up a story using only the words that can be created from the game.
I do not like this idea.
I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I think that's pretty
shit, guys.
Okay. Amy, I think you're the resident winner so far.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means
you want me to go down the list so you can verify?
No, you can just send me a screenshot.
Okay.
Everybody else in the chat I can look at and see. Oh, CEO Savvy's here too. Hello, CEO Savvy. I didn't say hello to you earlier. RC's letting us know what milkshake will bring all the boys to the yard. Strawberry cheesecake milkshake.
Yes, absolutely. I would be a boy for a moment so that I can have that milkshake. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, if I was a boy or a man or male for just a moment, the number one thing I would want to do is pee in the snow while standing up. I think that'd be so awesome. I know.
You know, you can't do it. It just doesn't have quite the same effect.
Yeah. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it like a girl. I want to.
No. As a girl, you can do it.
I want to have precision accuracy. Okay.
Oh my god. So on that note, we're going to move on to some Q&A stuff. So in the survey that I asked you guys to fill out, some of you asked some questions that you want me to answer. So we're going to go ahead and answer some of those if I did this in the right order. I did. So some questions did overlap. So if it's not on here, I'm sorry. I tried to group them together by if they had a similar answer. So where would you like to be? Where would you like your author platform to be in 5 years? And then I kind of tied that into how did you get into YouTube and how did I get so many followers? So in 5 years, I would like to be bigger on YouTube. It's very generalized. But I would like to take this channel in a more casual. Wait, what is this?
I don't know.
Another challenger has entered the scene. It's a. Wait, what is this?
Whoa!
What?
It's a Lisa.
Hello.
No,
She's
she's
got a birthday hat on. Hi. I'm. So, I brought you a birthday donut. Except because of social distancing, I'm gonna have to eat it for you.
You know what? I appreciate your sacrifice in this time. It's very hard. I'll remember it right here in my heart.
That's
I ate a birthday cheese Danish.
It's only because I love you so much, so that I'm willing to take this on for you.
I appreciate that. Your sacrifice is duly noted, Lisa. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. Thank you. I didn't mean to. Okay, I did mean to break in, but I didn't mean to break in the middle of the fun. You were just about to take questions. So, hi, I'm Lisa Daly. I have a channel where I give writing advice, and that's not really important because it's Carol's birthday, and she got 1,000 subscribers. So 1,000 smart people right here on this channel. And I'm late because I took a nap and I didn't know I was invited to the party, and then I had to brush my hair so I didn't look like a hooligan. But now I'm here. I'm ready to behave myself.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't know you had to behave yourself. I'm screwed here.
I absolutely.
Hooligan hair is my
No, not like
signature.
that. I just meant like with my hair brushed. It's only
I know.
partially brushed though, so.
I know. I'm like, I kind of broke that rule already, so sorry.
Oh, I love it. So the question is, where do you want your author platform to be in 5 years? How did I get into YouTube, and how did I get my followers? So I think I would like my author platform to be more casual and be more things about me, because in the next couple of months I have like other business ventures, and I'm going to kind of move that business side over there and just kind of be more casual Caro over here and like dive into more fun things. Like, for example, that meditation video that I posted on Friday, like I think that was the most fun video that I have made in like months. And I just want to do more fun stuff like that and then move all the professional stuff somewhere else. Because I keep telling people to make content that you like, and I don't take my own advice. But like after I posted that video, I was like, I need to do more of this. So there's that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I got into YouTube because I had very short notice that I had to build an author platform in 3 months. And the fastest place I thought I could get some exposure was actually YouTube. And that's how this channel was born.
Well, you were right.
You were right.
Born out of necessity.
Yes, it had to happen. And then I got this many followers because I actually do a lot of collabs with folks. And I'm not going to lie, I got a lot of followers from mentions. So for example, off did a mention for me, and I literally saw like 50 new subscribers the next day. And I was just kind of like, what magic is this? Like, what's happening?
Wow.
And then wait, I got a bunch when we were doing the summarizing all those up. So let's see. I'm doing 5 questions at a time, by the way. I probably should mention that. What is your favorite tip to give out to inspiring writers? Sit your butt in the chair and just start writing. Like seriously, just sit down and write.
Where did you hear that from?
Probably from you, Dana. Sit your butt in the chair and just start writing.
Oh, I thought maybe it was one of the authors that you really, really like that wrote, like a memoir or something crazy like that.
Like this guy?
I can't see it.
Stephen
Yes,
King?
that guy.
And like most authors say that. I've heard Lisa say it too.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that's general advice that we all give each other. In fact, actually, hold on, I'm going to put him on the spot. I met RC in a different stream, and he was asking for writing advice. And the very first thing I said is that you should just sit down and write. Like, you don't have to take a class. You should just start writing.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see what Margaret asked you?
I did not. Let me scroll and find it. Margaret. Can Can I send a drawing of ghosts for your birthday? I really want to send you something. Yeah, absolutely. Knock yourself out, sis. Don't let me stop you.
That's so awesome.
That is
Fan
really,
art is awesome.
yeah, I'm here for it. Let's see. Are you more likely to be traditionally published or self-published? So for those of you who don't know, I actually am published. I'm a hybrid author. I have this beast right here. This is traditionally published with Otherworld Inc. And then my pen name, Faye Black, is all self-published. So that's that. So that was probably my easiest question to answer on here. Question 4, why did you pick the name Caro? Great question. I was reading a terrible romance novel. And the only reason I kept reading it is because I liked that name that the character had. It was the most silliest thing. And then when I was, at the time when I started writing and trying to build up my platform, I was a teacher. And the district policy is if you write books, you have to do it under a pen name because parents and students will try to find anything to use against you so that way they can win in lawsuits. So, okay, hold on. I have a side story because we all know that we love side stories.
Story time.
Story time with Carol Brown, right? So I was in, like, when you're a teacher, you have to go in for like yearly orientation, right? Because they come in, they tell you about like updates and new procedures and stuff like that. And so we gather at like this huge assembly hall one day, and I was sitting there, and we were actually talking about if you want to be an author, you have to use a pen name. And they brought that up, and I was just kind of like, why are they bringing this up? And the reason they were bringing it up, because they're talking about in the presentation, is because last year the district got sued by parents because they went and Googled one of the teachers' names and found that she wrote robot erotica, and they used that against her. And so like everybody was like, oh my goodness, blah 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 blah. I must have been like the only mofo in there was like, is it any good? Like, what's the name?
Right? I know. I'm like, how does that work?
Like,
there's a way.
I was like robot erotica. Like, I have questions. Like, do they just kind of like talk about like combining like copper wires together? Like,
Oh, is it? I automatically assumed it was human robot erotica, not robot on robot.
I don't know, and I wanted to ask. Like, I wanted to ask. I really wanted to ask, and I was about to raise my hand in this assembly of like 300 people, and like this girl that I went to college with was sitting next to me, and she saw my arm going up, and she put it down, and I was like, what? She's like, don't you dare! I know what you're going to ask. I was like, I just want to know.
The male flash drive was inserted into the female port.
Oh, and you know what? You could have like the age difference being with one having like a floppy drive and the other one being a USB. Like, oh my goodness, think of the conflict. They would have to find some weird. Oh man. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no, but
I
you know
see
what?
robot erotica in Caro's future.
Yeah, but when you're writing erotica, you don't want anything floppy. Okay, just doesn't. That's a word you don't want to
God.
Oh God, Dana, I wasn't smart laugh.
I still haven't found that novel. I probably should just like, you know what? We have a writing sprint. I'll probably just Google it in a minute because if it's a lawsuit, it's public record.
Yep.
All right, Amy, come back, fight the gremlins. You can do it. So
Well, Joanne's throwing shade at us because we haven't read robot erotica.
welcome back, Amy.
The gremlins are correct. I'll distract them so that your screen doesn't get interrupted.
I appreciate your sacrifice, Amy. Thank you. I can see you with like, you know, your planners as a shield and you've got a pen as a sword. Getting back, get back.
You know, it's so weird that you say that because I actually do have my planner right in front of me because that's what I was writing down my words in. So oddly enough, you're not too far off the mark.
I'm here. Almost psychic. All right. So question 5 is, do you ever find yourself behind in your goals and do you reassess and change them? Or do you try to push through and catch up in the end? Great question. I think we can all relate to this. The Rona has like ruined, I think, all of our publishing plans this year.
Yep.
There's like a slow nod everywhere. It kind of depends. If you're falling behind because you're dedicating too much time to playing Beat Saber instead of writing, that's something that you can fix right now. That's a very easy thing to do. If you're falling behind because there's a pandemic and Shut up. Shut up. But if you're falling behind because of something out of your realm of control, then you have to reassess and adjust at that point. So it kind of depends on your individual situation. So
Robotica Publishing. Amy's Gremlins needs some robotic erotica. Oh my god. I can't.
If you're not writing because of Beat Saber, you can just write after the next round.
no, I have to get SS level on the song, okay?
She has to do it so I can live vicariously through her.
That's why I was like, can you really though? Can you?
The pandemic, sure, but Beat Saber, what are you kidding?
You know
With
what?
those noodle arms because you've been playing for 6 hours.
Well, I mean, if you're using Beat Saber as a way to like therapeutically get through the pandemic, yep, that's exactly what it is. It's like, all right, over here, we're gonna do, and then yeah, so you're safe.
I'm living my best life right now. Don't worry. All right, so you guys know what time it is. This is what you wanted on the survey, okay? This is what you wanted. So we're going to have a writing sprint. So we're going to have a 15-minute writing sprint. And it's my birthday, so I get what I want. And I want Amy to do the countdown.
Okay, everybody. Birthday sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so that was time. I came no closer to identifying the person who wrote the book. I tried really hard. I contacted one of my friends who was also at the seminar, and their response was like, "Why do you care so much?" And I was like, "Look, it's for science. I need to know."
Did you throw in that it was your birthday? Because sometimes that can grease some wheels.
No, I didn't mention that. I was just kind of like, I just need to know who wrote this book. And it was like, it was weird when you asked before. It's weird when you ask like 5 years later.
Out of the blue on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. I was just like, it came up in conversation. I just thought you might know. And like, they didn't say who it was, and they didn't give the name of the book. And I was like, well, that freaking sucks. But I did learn a little bit about the robot erotica industry, because apparently it's a tiny little niche. And the person who seems to be kind of doing really well on it right now is an individual called Electra
She used to be a
Shepherd.
teacher.
Here, I'll type that in here. No, I don't know anything about this author. I don't know, Jack. Like, I went and like checked their I was checking their website and a couple other things. I haven't stalked their Facebook yet, but maybe.
I love that.
Maybe.
Like, if somebody popped in and fast forwarded through the stream to what books inspired you to become an author, and they heard us talking about robot erotica. Just saying.
I'm just, maybe not a bad thing. So the books that inspired me, which actually is the question that we should focus on after I find out how you guys did. How did you guys do?
Fun fact, before we get off the subject, one of the pioneers of SEO was also one of the pioneers of teledildonics.
Oh.
Oh yes, he was a man of many skills.
That's fascinating. I did not write words. I'm working on my blog / website today. So, yeah.
What's that? Website?
I'm making progress.
She's working on her website, Amy.
What's
Doesn't
that,
that make-
Lisa? Website? What?
Well, as you know, I had a bit of a disaster. So, yeah. So, and then my only remaining part of my website that was left was my blog. But then WordPress had done an update, and I didn't update, and then it was like, so I got it updated. Which is not a very exciting conversation. I got it updated, but you know how like if you paint one wall, then you realize that you need to paint like the entire house.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. So I have for a while been like, oh, I really need to get with Amy because it's time to redo my website, and it's time. The time is near, Amy. You and I are gonna have a powwow.
Since we're talking about websites, Amy, I have a question. Amy, what are you
I'm getting some psychic vibes. I feel like Caro's going to ask me what the next game we're going to play on the stream is going to be.
No, it's going to be, when are you doing your website, Amy?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you. I don't speak peer pressure.
You plus website.
Hey, check it out. Listen what I found the other day. Listen. Did you hear it?
I can't hear anything.
Is that fun? Are you flipping a fan?
Yes, I have my own fan. I have sound effects. I can't contribute visually, but I have sound effects.
I was gonna say, is that like the rustling of leaves, or what's happening here? It's a fan. It's a fan. Okay.
At some point, we're all gonna have fans. It's gonna be great. Okay. So, how did you guys do? Quick, before I get distracted again.
I read stuff.
I found out that in 1997, Just to See You Smile was released by Tim McGraw, and in 1966, the Beatles released their Yellow Submarine single.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. I also made a thumbnail for a worldwide write-a-thon I'm taking part of. So, it's a bit busy for
I also am taking part in the worldwide write-a-thon. And I'm gonna make that video. I'm gonna make that. She actually sent us all the thumbnails and stuff, so we just have to put like our faces on it, like. So.
Say that
Yeah.
5 times fast. Worldwide write-a-thon.
Write-a-thon. Yeah, worldwide write-a-thon. Yeah. So that's happening on the 15th. So if you want to watch some crazy writers write for almost 24 hours, that's happening.
No thanks.
I'll watch.
I'm gonna do my time, and then I'm gonna be like, "It was nice, guys. Bye."
I was gonna say I gotta email a few people that I would like to participate with on their streams. So
Yeah, coordinate all that fun stuff.
fun stuff.
Who did I miss? I missed somebody. Amy was clearly thinking about working on her website. I can feel it. I feel it through the internet.
No, I'm not that.
I was formatting a document because I finished editing my Quarantine with Anthology short story this morning. So now I'm formatting it to send to beta readers.
Ooh.
Yay.
That's one thing on my to-do list I have to do too. Yay. Look at all this stuff.
I feel like there's a 10K Tuesday in the future, Caro. I
feel
can
like
hear it calling our name.
I can too. Yeah, it's like a heavenly song, like 10K Tuesday.
Oh God.
You came here for this, yo. You came here for this. All right. Well, Alexis was actually productive and got a page done. Well done. Cheryl got no words done. It was lunchtime. Okay, so we were talking about food earlier because I mentioned Twizzlers sooner. Okay, so, but what did you have for lunch? What did you eat? Was it a sandwich? Was it soup? What was it?
it tacos?
Tacos. Yeah, you guys were funny because you were like, "Hey, can one of the prizes be tacos?" I have to tell you that by the time you would get those tacos, they would be absolutely disgusting. I can't do that to you. Okay, like. Let's see. Mattias got 200 words or so, random words in the fighters block. Okay, cool. Sam got 508 words. Let's see. Jennifer is working on a character art and waiting for a friend of mine to give birth to her first child. Oh my God!
Oh.
This is like the best day ever. More birth, more celebration. Woo! Why are you laughing at me, Mara?
Because you look like the wild, wacky, inflatable tube man.
It's
Tell
true.
us how you really feel.
The truth is that I do that on purpose. No, it's okay. Bones.
Bones, let me get a giggle. Come on, Bones.
I've got stuff to say. Come here, Bones.
Come on, buddy.
All right, you guys wanted dogs in the stream too. I saw that on the survey. Here's some dogs.
Poppers.
Yeah, Puppers. He's not being very charismatic today. He's like, no. Okay, I'm stalking your Facebook later, Jennifer, because I have to know. Let's see, and then Savvy Witch Bolts got 306, but I got here in the middle of the sprint. Hey, that's still really good.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm. And StreamYard Jump. Thanks, friends. Thanks. Let's see. James got 167 words. Oh, Carol can sing, come through with the high notes. No, that's okay. Oh, look at Ancap coming in. Damn it. God damn freaking StreamYard. Everybody thumbs the video up. Let's help Carol with the algorithm, the evil algorithm. Hey, robot erotica story. Robots fighting the algorithm.
Oh God.
I'm just
Together, right?
Yeah,
That's how they have to team up.
Yeah. And then they develop weird human feelings and they don't know what to do with them. Okay. I don't know who's going to co-write this with me, but it's a thing.
Well, I'm a romance writer, so I'm the natural choice, right?
Yeah. Be like
Wait.
I'll let
Is
Lisa
this-
do.
I was gonna say, is this gonna be like a romance or is this gonna be an erotica? Because like you can cover the romance aspect of it, but I gotta make sure that neither one of you puts the word floppy in the book.
We'll let you beta it and be like, excuse me, hard drives only.
Oh my god.
That could be the title. Hard drives only.
Dead.
Oh my gosh.
This is a thing now.
So we're sharing the video and telling people that there's robot erotica. Sorry, sheep. Sorry. I'll move on. Okay, we're done. We're done. What was that? A question. Okay, let's do the questions. What books inspired me to be an author? Great question. Okay, I'm focusing now. I swear. It's actually 3 books, and I still have them here. One is called Dragon's Bait. Yeah, this is one of my favorite books, and every time it's like a middle grade book. It is really easy to read, but I absolutely love it. And every time I read it, I'm like, I want to write about dragons or fantasy or anything like that. And then the other one is actually going to be The Last Unicorn. If anybody is not aware, I'm a Last Unicorn fan. I like this. These cards up here are Last Unicorns, and they were worth every expensive penny that I paid on them. But yeah, so I really like this. I've got the book, the movie, I've got the comic. If it came out, I think I have the audiobook too. Like, I don't know what else I can get. I have to go find more merch for them. And then the last book is actually Stephen King's Bag of Bones. This was my first Stephen King book, and I read it when it came out. And that's when I got hooked onto his writing, and then I wanted to read more. And then I was like, well, if he can, it was like one of those like, you know, like imitation kind of things. Like I really liked it, and I wanted to kind of pursue it more. So those are my 3 books that inspired me to become an author. So,
my first Stephen King book was Carrie.
Carrie?
Mm-hmm. That was my first one. And then my second one was, the Dark Tower series, book 1. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, that was my second one.
Is that the
Gunslinger?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got involved in all of that, and then I realized that there wasn't another book. Like, I read through all of them. It took like, what was it, like a decade or something before the next book, and I was like, oh.
That's a long time to wait.
Yeah, and I remember getting to like the last. You know, it's interesting when you like get to the last book, because in the very last book, Stephen, like literally Stephen, like we're friends, but he got to like right before he got right to the end, he did like an author insert. He was like, "Hey, all, Stephen King here. I just want to let you know that if you read this next part, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, and I don't want to hear about it."
Gotta love the man.
Yeah.
So
my first Stephen King book was On Writing.
On Writing, yeah. That was actually real. That was my mom got me. My mom got me that one when it came out. So, and I hadn't really thought about like writing seriously at that point, but like I read it and I was like so inspired by the fact that he started when he was a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want to do it.
Well, I thought for sure that's where you had heard that put your butt in the seat and start writing.
Fingers on keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what he says. Just sit in your chair and start writing.
That's like advice I hear from every author, like Jim Butcher, Brandon Sanderson, Stephen King, Patricia Briggs, like everybody. They're all like, put your butt in the chair and just start writing. You don't have to go to a fancy school. Just start now. You'll figure it out as you go. So that's always handy. Let's see. Next question. What do you wish you had known in the first year that you didn't know until this past year? And then it was like, so I wish I had learned better marketing skills, because like there was a panel, and I talked about on the panel about how I'm really good at in-person sales, right? I'm really good at that. There's a lot of marketing that goes into book marketing, and I had only kind of learned about 2 of the tools, and I was like, I will be the master of these 2 tools, and I'll just carry on with that. But like, I have conversations like with everybody here, and they're kind of like, have you talked about this tool? Have you looked at this website? Have you thought about this? And I'm kind of like, no, you're scaring me. That's a lot of stuff. So I kind of wish that I had like explored more of those marketing tools and at least understood how they worked, if not mastered them. So that way, if I knew they applied to what I was trying to do, I could implement that. And then the other question that was on here is, how do I plan my YouTube content? I I wish I had learned in the beginning that every time I try to plan content, I don't follow it. I'm a total outliner with books, but I'm a complete pantser with my YouTube content. Like, I'll sit in front of the camera. I'm like, what do I feel like doing today? Like, do I want to be educational? Do I want to be satire? Like, I don't even know, right? And I'll tell myself I want to be, like, business focused. And I'll sit there. It's like, I really don't feel business focused. I'm going to make a sarcastic meditation video. Let's go ahead and start now. So, yeah. So that's what I wish I had learned a year ago. And I've already been like making eyes at like Lisa. I'm like, Lisa. It's like, make time for me, Lisa. I have questions.
Anytime.
So this is one I thought we could all kind of answer together, which is, what is your planning process and how long does it take you to draft a book? And then kind of coupling with that, because that's a time management question, how much time do you spend on Authortube this week, and how do you feel it takes away from your writing time? That is a great question. It really is. So I know with my I see that, Sky. I saw that. You were like, no, I don't identify with the statement at all. No.
She needs a fan. That's a fan moment.
So I think if I fast draft it, which is basically writing like my hands are on fire, I can probably finish the first draft of a book in a month, but I can't guarantee what shape it's in. So anywhere between like 1 and 3 months is usually how long it takes me to draft like a book. And I'm not talking like 60,000 words. I'm talking like 110,000 words. So
You kill all of us during writing sprints. Like, I'll be like, woohoo, I got 500 words. And Carol's like, yeah, I got 876. Every sprint.
Or sometimes I'll just kind of like not answer. It's like, yeah, I got some words done. You'd be like, what's the number? I was like, it's the number.
This does not surprise me that you can write 100,000 words.
Tell us the number, Caro.
A month.
What was that, guy? Oh, tell us the number. No, tell us the number. It gets the lotion again.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, so that always comes down to like time management too. So like, I'm sure everybody's kind of noticed that I sit on a lot of like live productivity streams, and I do that for a reason, because 1, I want to hang out with people I like, and 2, I need to write. And so like being accountable like on the screen with people like watching me kind of really helps with that. So I'm kind of like, okay, I have to actually write like at least those 2,000 words that I said I was going to write, and I can get it done in the stream. So that's how I do that. But how much time do you spend on YouTube?
Too much.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6. So 6 hours, 8 hours of live streaming, and then whatever, and probably a tack on. So like maybe 10 hours a week. So that's the live streams, and then making my own videos, editing them, and then posting them. So yeah. What about you guys?
This week I'm spending 0 time on YouTube. That's how many hours.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation and I'm playing video games and drinking beers.
You're going to have like killer Beat Saber arms when you're done, right?
No, my arms will still be flabby, but they'll be more like
rock hard muscles under there. Rock hard. That's what I have. Flabby arms with rock hard muscles.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, be gracious.
Can
I
you?
was
going to say.
Yeah.
Can you
go ahead?
The question? Can you share screen the question so that I can? Thank you.
It's this one.
Go ahead, Lisa.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So my planning process for drafting a book or author, I'll just do them both because I'm fast. Okay. So my planning process for a book is that I have an idea and I will do a beat outline, which like you can kind of see like how detailed. It's not very much. It's literally what happens in each scene and all the sort of ways that the characters move the plot forward. That does not take me very long at all, usually a couple of days to a week. And generally speaking, in non-Authortube but non-pandemic times, it takes me between 4 and 6 months to draft a book, usually about like 4 is pretty is usually pretty solid. And maybe if I'm struggling with some parts or have some other stuff going on, 6 months, but generally 4. And this year, I have literally been working on the same manuscript for almost a year. So, and part of the reason for that is pandemic. And the other part of the reason for that is that I spend way too much time on Authortube. This week, I have done a lot of editing. I did an interview on Friday. So I probably spent like 15 hours on Authortube this week. And the answer is yes, it does take away from my writing time.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like both of them, and I'm struggling. Like, this is my first year on Authortube, and so I think that when the pandemic's not happening and when I sort of get my equilibrium with Authortube, because I'm a really, like, as much as I really try to be consistent with my posting, I'm not as consistent as I'd like, and I would like to solve that. And part of it is it just takes me too much time. So I need to just figure out my stuff. Maybe Carol can make me a spreadsheet.
Probably.
You can spreadsheet my life, please, for a minute, Carol.
I have a spreadsheet for that.
Yeah.
I need to make that merch at some point. That's on my to-do list.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my answer to the question.
Okay, I'll answer it seriously now.
Okay.
Usually with YouTube, there's 4 or 5 streams that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 to 10 hours a week. And then if I actually do a video, that usually takes me maybe an hour to record and then 3 to 5 to edit, depending on what kind of stupid edits I put into it. Because I really enjoy stupid edits. Even if I'm not good at it, I really just try to amuse myself and hope that other people enjoy the ride. With finishing a novel, it takes, oh gosh. The method to my madness is messy. So it could take, a couple months for me to finish that draft. And it could take, with Midnight Murder, that took a year to finish that and actually put it out. But there was like times when I wasn't working on it and something else took precedent. Whereas with the book from the box set, that was that like 3 months?
Yeah.
That I wrote and like to turn that out. So, and I do very little outlining. Very little outlining.
She does like what is it? Soundboarding. Like,
yeah.
And
Storyboarding.
No, soundboarding. Because what happens is she'll be like, I want to talk my way through this. And it's like, okay, cool. And you don't say or do anything. She just talks. And then she's like, never mind, I figured it out. I'm like, cool. I'm glad that we could work together on it.
Like, that's literally what I do with the Math Magician. I'm like, hey, can I talk to you about a story? And he's like, on his phone, he's like, okay. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, mm-hmm. And blah, 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 mm-hmm. And blah, blah, mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, great, thank you.
You're lucky to have him as a resource.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good sounding board. He's perfect as a brick wall.
All right, who else wants to take a stab at the question?
He's behind me.
Right. I would say on a regular schedule when I'm not like hiding from all the crazy of the world, I spend anywhere between 8 to 10 hours live streaming on YouTube, and then I don't make videos like you guys do. I just throw like silly stuff that I've been, oh, Oink was so cute, I'm going to share this silly little video I made of her. And then as far as because I discovery write, I write when I'm inspired to write. So it just depends. Like, I worked on The Awakening for several years, and Seasons of Seduction took me 2 months from start to finish. So
Yeah.
it just depends. If I'm inspired, which, I'm getting there. I'm getting back to that. I can feel it.
Yeah, it helps to write when you're not stressed out by everything.
That's true.
Do you have any advice for getting over nervousness of showing your face and starting a YouTube channel? Fake it till you make it.
So I have seen people who wear fake glasses. So when they stream, they put on their blue block-in glasses or their clear lens glasses, or something. Just put on some makeup and use it as a mask or whatever you got to do just to give yourself a little bit more confidence, and then just do it.
You could also try, if you're worried about doing the YouTube thing, try co-hosting with people and co-hosting streams, because it'll give you practice of being in front of the camera and you'll be able to talk to people.
And then you can do
Yeah.
and then you can do getting ready with, and so we all like sit here for a little while. It's like we have to put our faces on, our human masks. Let's go ahead and we'll start now with foundation.
It's fun. I like get ready with me's before streams. One day we should like record that, maybe.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You'd have to tell me ahead of time so that way I could actually change my foul language to foul language.
Foul light.
Yeah.
I think too, like, so some people are just not comfortable that way. I think one of the things that you do, Carol, that's really cool is that there are some videos that you do where you are just doing like a voiceover and your slideshow, right? You're just doing, and so I think that can be a way. Also, it takes less time to produce a video like that. So if you're really uncomfortable, then that might just start with your voice, and again, I think what Tamara said about jumping on with other people, co-hosting can be really great, because you sort of forget that you're on camera and you just feel like you're hanging out with your friends, and so that's can help, I think, with your confidence. But the other thing I think you should know is that I don't find that Authortube is as awful as other parts of YouTube might be, knock on wood, right? I don't think people they're here for your writing advice. They're here for your writing experience, and how you're working your way through writing and author issues and book issues. And so, I don't think you get as much as Brush Your Hair Girl or any of that. I don't think you get that much attention. Am I wrong? I don't know. Do you guys think the same thing?
Wait.
We're all looking at you because we're not quite following what you're saying. Can you say it again?
Well, it's good. If you smart ladies don't get what I just said, then it must have been utter nonsense. So what I'm saying is, I don't feel like if you're nervous because you're worried about what people might say, in the comments, I think that Authortube is maybe a safer space than other parts of YouTube.
Right. Okay, I get you now. So Authortube's not as judgmental and petty as all these other. Yeah. Okay, I'm following you. Yes.
As far as to clarify, as far as your looks.
To be really honest, they don't do it on YouTube. They go find external sites outside of YouTube's jurisdiction or their terms of service. So, for example, because they have a really big harassment policy. So if you go and you harass somebody, if you're stalking them and they can find evidence of that, you can report them, and then YouTube will go ahead and respond to that accordingly. But if you happen to not like somebody and you go to an outside website, like maybe Gossip Guru or Guru Gossip, whichever one those are, and you decide to talk some mad henny stuff there, then what's YouTube going to do? That's outside of their control. So,
right. You have to stop saying the name of that site, because I don't want it in my consciousness. I am a firm believer in the whole "what you think of me is none of my business" thing.
Right. No, I mean, I only went once. Because somebody went and put together a big compile of information about this one YouTuber that I needed to know about, and this was some serious research. It was almost APA cited. And I was like, that's just what I need to know to understand the situation. Thank you for your time. And I just kind of left. I've never gone back to it.
I know that it's there, and I just don't go there. I have enough friends who can give me what's, the highlights of what's happening behind the scenes of all this other stuff, that I don't personally need to go there, because I get very anxious when it comes to drama and gossip and you know, when people can't get along and be happy and sunflowery and love one another, I get very, very anxious. So I live vicariously through my friends who enjoy that kind of stuff, but I don't go there. So that's why I'm like, but anytime like the people in my atmosphere are like, hey, did you hear about this? I'm like, no, let me know. And then I put it in the drawer and I walk away. Yeah.
That's pretty smart.
I think that on YouTube as a whole, there's still a lot of harassment that happens in the comments. And I've had a little bit of that, like people doing the whole concern trolling about my weight and things. Like, you don't really care about how fat I am, sir or madam. You don't care. You're just trying to make me feel bad about it. But I see myself every day, and I know that I still kick a lot of butt. So whatever. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But I haven't. I think that when I look at my comments compared to, like, let's say beauty tubers, they're way less toxic.
Right.
Way less toxic.
Yeah. BeautyTube goes for your soul. They're not even different around there.
They're mean.
Yeah. So question 10, what does your realistic writing routine look like, and how much time do you spend on author? Oh, yeah, I have that on there twice. Sorry, friends. We're just going to ignore that section.
I think you skipped it. I think you skipped like a bottom question.
Did I?
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about being a YouTuber? I met people. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite video?
My favorite video right now is actually that meditation video I did. That's my favorite one. Yeah, so, like, it was totally facetious. I was just taking the mickey out of the entire process, which I know some people don't appreciate, but I was just like, if you don't laugh by the time I am done with this guided meditation video, I have done a bad job. So.
My favorite video was one that I made, I want to say it might have almost been 2 years ago, where it was me, my niece, and Minnie Monster. And we made a video about, it started with Stuart, this unicorn. He's right here. And it was Stuart the unicorn. It was this lip gloss. And I told this like silly story. See, because he's got this beautiful little lip gloss. and it was like I think we ended up cooking. We were cooking something. I think it was horchata. Yeah, I think that's the one where we cooked horchata. Yeah. And it's my favorite video because we were having so much fun. And then there's a couple of them. Earlier when I first started YouTube, it was me and the girls, and we were cooking and we were having fun, and it was a lot of fun. And those are my favorite ones. When I got a little bit more serious and tried to be like, here's some tips on how to write, then I was like, But anytime I'm spending time with my kids or my animals or whatever, those are my favorite videos. So that's me.
Amy, what's your favorite video?
I'm sorry, I don't speak peer pressure. What? I misunderstood. The gremlins are here. I can't hear you.
But they let you back long enough for me to get that job in.
Yeah. So I'm glad I could amuse you so on your day of birth.
Yeah. And maybe another day of birth, depending on when Jennifer Brown makes that announcement on Facebook. I'm like constantly refreshing, like, is it here?
My favorite videos that I've made, they're always when I do Project Authortube, which is the collab I do in October, where it's me and like 12 or 13 other Authortubers, and we make videos for NaNoWriMo. I have the best time with those because I do costumes and I do scripts, and it's always stupid. It's just a lot of fun. Like, there was one where I cloned myself and I was rapping at myself. I had a rap battle. It is so cringy, but I love it. It makes me laugh every single time. And there's another where there was a where I had writer's block, was personified, and like came in and like tried to murder me while I was at my desk. I did one where it was like an 80s flashback, and I had like 80s glitches and stuff and bad music in the background. Oh God, it's great. It's where I really let my cheesiness shine.
I think that's such a good idea to let your cheesiness shine. I mean, I have not done this for as long as you guys have, but that has been my favorite video so far. Was when I because I've done a lot of more like general writing advice, how to get published kind of videos, and but the one that I loved the best was the one that I did kind of recently on how to structure a romance, because that's where my heart is. And I had so much fun making that video because I was just like, that's my thing, and I was just all in on it. And I really enjoy making the rest of them, but that one was the one where I just had a blast. I spent way more time on it than I normally do, like just finding the perfect clip. And yeah, so I think to embrace your inner cheese ball is like the best way to go about pretty much anything in life, but especially YouTube. And you know, right after this in the next sprint, I am definitely going to be checking out that 80s video.
Oh my God, it is great in its badness.
I think my favorite video actually that I've seen Lisa do, it was like for Wordstock, and she came in, she's like, "Did you do this thing? I bet you did it wrong." And I was like, "Who is that?"
Sass.
I know.
I know which one you're talking about. Oh, it was shocking because usually I'm more like positive, and I was like, I came at it a different way. But thank you. I appreciate it. I have many favorite Caro videos. I think one of my favorite ones, which is completely like, it's very Caro, but kind of outside the normal Caro video, which was the first tarot video the Caro Tarot that I saw. Right, which I know is a thing for you, but it was the first one that I had seen, and then of course I'm like going back to look to see if there are others. I love that. Wait, AnCap Gamer has an awesome idea, and that is to get to 100 likes. I think that's a genius idea. Has everybody liked yet? Hurry up, let's check. 69, we got to do it, guys.
So AnCap and I, we hang out in another stream, and we're always kind of like, can we get to 100? I bet we can get to 100. Like, it doesn't take a lot of energy to click the like button, yo. Like, burn a calorie. Do it.
Burn a calorie.
What about you guys? What's a video that you've done on your channel that you really liked?
One of my favorite videos is actually from like 3 years ago, and I had to go look through my video streams because I was like, what is my favorite video? And it was where I went to a local library. They were doing this small, they call it Library Con. It was just a convention of people getting together for small, like, conversations about various fandoms and stuff like that. But I always dress up when I go to that, and I vlog my experience. And the girls got to dress up. And I went with a friend of mine. So that's my favorite video. It's like a vlog from 3 years ago. And I'm like, oh, I still love that video. It's terrible, but I love it. Because there's like outside when we're filming, and there's all the wind, and it's like hair's blowing everywhere. But it was so much fun. And
it's not like the majestic, hair blowing in movies. No, this stuff is like in your face, and it's like, I can't see.
Yeah. It's like, it's getting in my mouth, damn it.
I think my favorite live stream was when we did the Halloween stream.
You came in as trash and potatoes, and I died.
Yeah, that was awesome. We had so much fun, and like the energy was amazing, and we were just like laughing and having the best time. And I want to do that again. I need to figure out who I'm going to be.
I had to get dressed up. Like, I got like my makeup on and everything. Of course, Mr. Brown, like, I barely wear makeup, right? Like, it's a kind of like maybe thing. And like, I got like all kinds of like dolled up. And one interesting thing that Tamara and I have noticed is that when we get ready, because we'll have like the mirror, and like we'll look at the mirror and the camera and be like, I look like a drag queen in this mirror, but I look fabulous on this camera.
Yeah, like a bad dime store drag queen that like
that is the secret of camera and television. You have to look like okay. So having done television for like now 15 years, I will say I've always been completely in awe and also very confused about how Tammy Faye Baker. Do you guys remember her?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so she was like this evangelist wife, and she was known for like televangelist, and she was known for wearing insanely crazy amounts of makeup, and yet she was always on camera. And I always wondered, like, how much makeup could she possibly be wearing to look like that on camera? Because if you wear like 7 inches of, enough to cover a 5 o'clock shadow, that much makeup, you look like a supermodel on TV.
Right, but
How did she do it?
She, like, when you look back at her, she was wearing so much makeup that she broke the "you look fabulous," and she still, like, she would wear so much mascara that her eyes, she ended up having to get like an eye lift so that her eyes could actually, hold the mascara. It was so much. I've always yeah. Like, I remember,
and the hair to the gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I remember as a child, like, all the women in church, they wore like very natural makeup, and then you would see Tammy Faye Baker and you were like, I thought that was against the rules.
Theo Savvy.
Theo is on one today. Oh my gosh, you've been cracking me up.
All right, so this brings us to our next activity.
Oh.
And you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. I accept it.
Organized fun.
Organized fun. Welcome to my stream. We're going to do a story prompt.
Uh-oh.
And it's a flash fiction thing. So I just randomly pulled a card from this deck right here. Right, our emergency pack.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, pulled it from there. And you guys have to write a prompt about that was lucky. That was lucky. I have to warn you, the comment section is 200 characters. You only have 200 characters to write this little flash fiction about that was lucky. I should probably make my face bigger.
I was gonna say, you should make your screen big so we can see the whole thing. Let your hero succeed through pure dumb luck. Just make sure the pendulum swings both ways. All right, that was lucky.
And let's see. I think Austin's pretty good about doing this. I think Austin gives like 5 minutes for that.
Yeah, 5 minutes for flash fiction.
Yeah, and then we can hammer out the rest of these questions. And then I won't go over the 2-hour thing because I know that you got to do something for Elijah's birthday today, don't you, Dana?
Oh, we partied hard last night. So.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Yes, we are so good. Like, he's probably going to be setting up his new welder. Yes. Let me tell you, I don't know how it happened, but somehow we were having so much fun. A bottle of sesame seed oil just danced its way off the top of the refrigerator, and a birthday cake landed on the floor, which means I don't have to eat it. No, it was after. It was after. We did the happy birthday. We had the cake, and then my mom said, "Oh, shit." And I come running in the house, and I was like, "What happened, Mom?" And she's like, "The cake is on the floor." I was like, "Get the dog." It was a good time. It was a really good time. Take your time. This is your day. Your day.
All right, and so there is a prize that is decided at this, but I am not going to be the judge of the prize. My co-hosts are. So we're going to go through the prompts. Oh, look, he's back. Welcome back.
Kremlin Mancer.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I decided I'm done with this. So I am now on StreamYard on my phone instead of on my laptop. Like, you can just bite me, okay? Because I'm sick of this.
Oh my
so let's try this.
And she's already gone.
What? No. Dang.
Well, at least this is on.
After midnight.
Okay, so the winner of this little game is actually going to get like a custom avatar, kind of like the one that our Gremlin Mancer has, like so.
Nice.
I love it.
So that
Gremlin Mancer.
So that's going to be the prize. I'm going to go ahead and pull the timer up. And we're going to have 5 minutes to get started on this. So I will do the countdown since my Herald is being tackled by gremlins. So we will start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and that is time. So go ahead and take those remaining few moments to go ahead and put those into the chat if you have not already. I'm disqualified. I just wanted to do it because it was a fun prompt. I'm just saying. Some of these look really good. But I am not the judge. How did you guys do?
I read stuff.
I went 175 words over the limit. And I'm not sure I can shorten this.
Yeah, I was running into that problem too because it was like you're at 203, and I was like, no, I need those letters. Give them to me.
I swore a lot, and then I got myself popsicle.
Popsicles. We just got popsicles last night. I also made chili last night in the crock pot.
What in the crock pot? For those of you who don't know, I occasionally like to troll Tamara about a crock pot.
It occasionally likes to troll me about everything.
I'm just saying if the door is open, I'm probably gonna walk through it.
There.
Like we were having a really serious meeting and I put on the agenda of like actionables and I was like, set up this thing, do that, and I put crockpot and she was reading it and she's like, crockpot.
Curse you.
Yeah, see, remember the crockpot cozies that we said that we need to do at one point?
Oh my gosh, you guys are the worst. That was on my whiteboard for a long time. And then I realized that I had a lot of other things to do before I could get to that.
Before you could get to the crockpot cozy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So would my judges like to talk about the winner in the private chat and I can answer like another question? That way we can like multitask a little bit? Maybe?
Yeah. Hold on. I need to read them.
Yeah, I'm reading through things.
Okay. So you guys keep reading and I'm just going to talk. Because that seems like it will work. So I've actually done a video about this next question, which is how do you deal with magic systems? I'm going to be rewriting my first draft soon, and the magic system there is a mess. Do you have a process you use when creating and revisiting it? Yeah, I do. So normally when I make a magic system, I create it with two things in mind. The first thing I create it when I am writing is I try to figure out what the cost of the magic is. And at this point, you guys can't use like exhaustion anymore. Here, I'll just make my face bigger for a little bit. You can't use exhaustion anymore. Like you cast magic, like, oh, I'm tired, I need a nap. Like people are actually really tired of that, and they don't want to see it anymore. So you have to find out like some other costs. You'll hear people usually refer to Brandon Sanderson's system of magic because it's actually a really good concept. And what he usually says with his magic system is that he says that the weakness and the cost of the magic should be more interesting than the effect of it itself. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. There's a really good anime, I think it's called Darker Than Black, and that is a really good kind of power use consequence system. So for example, for somebody to be able to like, and in that universe, what happens is everybody gets like their own special ability, and that own special ability also has its own unique cost. So for example, let's say that somebody wanted to fly, but in order for him to fly, he has to charge up the ability, right? And so what he has to do is he has to shuffle cards, right? So he's just constantly shuffling cards so that way he can be able to fly at some point. And if he doesn't actually charge up his ability, he explodes, right? So the cost of the magic and the consequence of it is really interesting in that setting. And I think it's Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn. He usually refers a lot to the metals that people use to put in their stomach, and then they draw on the elements. And if you ever read any of the Mistborn books, he always like has to revisit the magic system with you. It's like they took in copper, and copper happens to do this thing when ingested, and coupled with this thing that does this other thing, like all that kind of stuff. So when you're creating your magic systems, try to determine basically those kind of core functions. You know, what's the ability, what does it charge to use? And my personal recommendation when you create magic systems is how can you use it to screw over your protagonist? All right, whatever ability, whatever magic it has, it needs to screw over your hero in some fashion. Like that just needs to be a reoccurring thing. Jim Butcher's actually a really good example of that. So every time like Harry learns about this new magic thing, he's like, yeah, I learned how to do this magic thing. And he basically shoots himself in the foot with it. And you get to watch him try and figure and scrabble and all that other stuff. Builds great tension. It's very ingenious. Those would be my first recommendations on that. So let's see. I actually have a video on that. So if you guys peruse in there, it just basically says magic systems on there. And I break it down a lot more in that one for you. So let's go ahead, and I am going to pull us all back up again. So the next question is, what is the most important lesson that you have learned since you published? Oh my God. I think the most important lesson is it doesn't stop. Like when you publish one book, you have to work on another book. That's been my important lesson. So, and they're still voting and taking notes. So. Let's see, magic as in MTG or what? What's MTG again, real quick? ANCAP, just so that way I'm following you. I was thinking more like basically novel stuff. Like I kind of wish that they would implement like that kind of stuff more into comic books. You know what I'm talking about? Because people have powers and they don't have any cost or consequences. Oh, Charles has brought it. Yeah, William Gibson has. Oh, Magic the Gathering. Oh, no, not Magic the Gathering. That's why. See, I don't play this because I don't really support Wizards of the Coast. So that's just me. Look at you guys being in the know. Yeah. So, yeah, that's been my most important lesson because a lot of times we think that when we publish the book or when you publish your first book, you're like, woohoo, I'm done. The book's out there in the world and things are good. It's not. You still got to market your book. You still got to talk about your book. And unfortunately, not only are you your own writer, but you're also your own publicist and everything else. Like it never actually stops. And you always have to do inbound marketing. Like it never ends. If not. Yeah, so for ANCAP's question, when we're talking about magic, I'm not talking about Magic the Gathering. I'm just talking about writing fictional magic systems that are in literature. So that's kind of what that focuses on. I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Question 13. What do you wish you could pull off with your channel? I actually want to try and do vlogs. That's what I want to try and do. And I got really lucky this year, and I actually got a camera, so I think I'm going to try and do that. But, like, the whole reason I didn't do it before is because my camera is actually like it's on this laptop and I really don't want to walk around with this laptop everywhere, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And my cell phone's really good, but it's not like that good, and the battery space gets used up really fast. This one question is, have you ever considered moving to Twitch? I have considered moving to Twitch a lot. And the only thing that's really stopped me are the other e-girls on there because I don't want to be clumped in with them because they're e-girls. I'm not here for that. And any video editing tutorial recommendations? No, I don't have any. I should probably share that with you. Hi, I can do this. Yeah, so let me see if I can do that. So yeah, I don't really have any video editing tutorial recommendations for what I do, but I guarantee that if you actually go out on if you do go out on YouTube and you type in video recommendation editing videos, you'll find them. I use a software called Filmora. It's very like I don't edit friendly. And like there's only like so much I have to do and I can easily adjust everything, and it's pretty easy for my non-editing butt to do. So yeah, I would actually recommend that you go check out Brandon Sanderson's lecture videos as well. I mean, they're very long-winded, but there's like so much information that's in there that Brandon Sanderson shares with us. And let's see, question 14, which I can pull up, was how long was your book from concept to production? So if we're talking about, give me the full screen, curse you. So if we're talking about this book, The Queen of Swords in Silence, which is available worldwide and has an audiobook if you're totally interested, links down below. If we're talking about this book, I drafted it in a year. And the reason I drafted it in a year is because I wrote the whole thing initially in 6 months, and then I gave it to a developmental editor, and she ripped it apart And then I had to ditch 60,000 words and rewrite all those words. So it took about a year for that part. And then it took another 8 months to get published because I found a publisher. And then there was a lot of drama that was involved with that. And I ended up going to another publisher. I've left like 2 publishers. I don't want to talk about my problems, but they're there. But it took 8 months after that for it to get published. And it's actually been published twice. Like, I think this has been like the most problematic book that I have ever pushed out. Everything else has been pretty seamless, but this one right here, yeah, this is a journey. This is a lot of like life lessons in this one. So, and let's see, next question is, and then I'm going to go and look at the judges. Favorite trope to write. Okay, so true story. I actually had to ask Writing Wife what my favorite trope to write was because she reads pretty much everything that I write, and she said that my favorite trope to write is actually the sardonic female, which I guess that's really fitting for me. You know, it's your kind of like sarcastic, down to earth. Like, I'm not saying that's what I am because I'm not, but that definitely is like my favorite trope because I like the dry British humor kind of stuff and all that goes with it, and I have a lot of fun with it. But I have been trying to break away a little bit because in one critique group, I think it was Writing Wife and Alana had pointed out that my protagonist in one of my works sounded a lot like Ghost from my first book, and I was just like, no. So what I produce right now, what?
But we've already talked about this. We've already talked about this. You know how I feel about this, and I think that your writing is awesome. And of course, if you dig deep enough, you're gonna find a little bit of your voice and everything that you write. So,
yeah, but no, I do want to try. I do want to try and like make stronger separate voices. So that's kind of been like. I've been experimenting. It's good. You'll like it.
It is good.
I know. I need to get back in the saddle again, and I'll go check it out and everything. But it always drives me crazy when, and it's not just you. It's not just you. But like, there have been a couple of times where they're like, oh, well, this character sounds just like that character, and it's like, okay, well, they're both female, and so they're probably going to have some similarities to one another. But you know. And you can't completely cut your flavor of sarcasm out. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop.
Okay. So I see the judges have come to a decision. I will click on it, but who would like to announce it?
Tamara should have the honor since she's on vacation and she came here just to be with you on your birthday.
Ooh,
What do you think?
okay. I will take that mantle of honor. Thank you very much. Do you want me to read it when you click on it?
Yeah, I can do that. So our winner is...
Everyone in the tent had taken shrinking pills. The ant-sized acrobat flew through the air to entertain his tidy audience. The swings ropes snapped. A breeze blew him to a safe landing on a fan's hat. Congratulations, James.
Yay! Just shoot me an email. I'll put it right here for you, and we can work out what your... Here comes the Gremlin Wrangler. We can work out your avatar commission, so I'll put it right here for you.
The Gremlin Mancer.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to do it in the stream because that would take way too much time, is I'm actually going to take the names of all the participants in the chat and I'm going to put it in a raffle thing. And then whoever wins is going to get the free signed copy of the book. So I will post that on social media probably later today for you guys. But I know everybody was like, we want a raffle. And I was like, cool, I don't know how to work that in the live stream, but we'll figure it out. And that was me figuring it out. Yay!
Yay!
Go me! Organization. So that actually, come on. So that brings us to, we're at 2 hours, but I did actually schedule for an open floor. If there were questions that I had not, that were not answered from the thingy, come on, where's my mouse? So I think we can probably do like a couple of those. I don't want to get too carried away though. So if there were any questions that anybody had about being a writer or working on YouTube or anything like that, you are actually in the presence of several people who can help answer these questions.
Oh. Oh, we have answers.
We have
Maybe.
Yes. Yes.
We get to act like we know what we're doing. Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of pressure.
Dana.
Yeah, just do me.
Savvy Witchbolt has awesome taste in literature.
What? What?
Put it up, 402.
Okay, okay. Ah, what? What is this? What is this? That's not it, but scroll. What? Just finished Queen Sword Science a couple days ago and absolutely loved it. Thank you. Thank you for loving my book.
So good. So good. All right. Stitch has a question right underneath that.
Hello, it's nice to see you. How do you manage your time being a new writer and a YouTube balance? I use, this will surprise no one. I use a planner. And in the planner, I have to make sure that I am doing, yeah, I see you, Sky, with your 5 planners.
Don't be talking about my 5 planners that way.
I can't pick up my planner because it's buried under the donuts.
My planner is so tiny compared to everyone else's.
Mine's like this big. Like, seriously. Yeah.
But so I manage my time by basically knowing what I have to know myself and what I can get done. So for example, I know that it's really easy for me to write 2,000 words a day. So that's usually the benchmark I stick with. And then when I'm under a deadline, then it's like up to like 5,000. So I know that. And then once I know what I'm actually like capable of doing within a certain period of time, then I go into the planner and then I schedule it that way. And then always write your stuff in pencil. Always write in pencil because stuff happens. The Rona will come and knock on your door and will lock you inside and you will be here for 6 months. Okay? I'm just saying. That's how I do it. How about you guys?
I live in organized chaos. And so whatever I get done at the end of the day is an accomplishment.
I create deadlines. And then I miss the deadlines, and then I create new deadlines. And I'm in a perpetual state of panic that I haven't finished something or done something. And then I take a vacation once every 3 years.
And the question is to actually do the vacation because she was supposed to take a vacation in December. And that didn't happen. She worked the entire time.
To be fair, that's when all of that stuff with the Romance Writers of America popped off. There was no way possible that I could not keep up with that steaming, fiery pile of garbage.
That's true.
I had to look at every single tweet.
Yeah, and we were sending in great.
Whatever happened with that? Is it still going on? Because like that was there, and then all of a sudden everything else kind of just steamrolled it, and it was like, well, what was the final outcome? Is it
They're still on fire.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
But they have new people who are like heading committees. They're trying to implement change.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing now is whether or not people will trust them to actually follow through with stuff.
Mm-hmm. Granted, the new president that they got was like, I don't want to be president. I don't want this. Someone else. I will do this if I must, but anyone else is welcome to it. And then she got it when she was like, I don't want it.
Everyone was like, yep, you're the one.
Who did I miss? Did I miss anyone?
I am starting to use a planner, and I'm trying to make it work. But as far as like, how do I balance YouTube and writing? I don't. Like, there's no consistency to my videos. I'm starting to do batch filming so I can upload ahead of time and try to get more consistent. Like, I already have my first video up for September. It's up. It's ready. It's scheduled. It's there. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But otherwise, I don't.
So pantsers with these videos.
I know. I love my planner, and I used to be like live and die by the planner. But I will say I struggle more with with how the world is right now, and also that I did not anticipate that Authortube would take as much time as it has. Like when I initially thought, can I do this? I was like, yeah, I can work this in because I've done TV for such a long time, but other people producing it. And so I would literally show up, do my little segment, go have lunch, and that was it. My 6 minutes was done. And you guys are not going to believe this, but it actually takes longer than 6 minutes to do a segment on Authortube.
Mhm.
Like, right? I mean, I plan my stuff and that, but maybe I spend an hour a week. And here with Authortube, it's a lot more. And then I just am not, like, just right now, I'm way off my normal routine. And so I'm not as productive. And so I am like now in the position where Tamara is, where I do my planner like it's the old world, and then I don't get stuff done. And I always feel like I constantly feel like I'm behind. And I'm trying to implement Caro's little nugget of wisdom, which I think is probably the most brilliant thing I've ever heard about planners. And that is that you should make your schedule based on like the idea that you're going to be just puking your guts out with the flu, and just assume that that will be your productivity level. And anything you can get above that is gravy. But that, because I am still ambitious in my planning, like it's a different
Make
year.
plans when you have high energy. That's like, don't make plans when you have high energy. Like big tip from me to you. If you're kind of sitting there and you're feeling good, like, yeah, man, I can go climb Mount Everest today. Don't do that. Okay, don't make plans when you have high energy, because what's gonna happen is you in 3 weeks is gonna hate you, like past you. Like it's just no good. So
yeah.
This is a really important question that we need to answer. Snacks. Favorite writing snacks.
Anything that fits in my mouth.
Tamara, didn't your husband pick up some of those?
Ava Fox alert.
Actually, we have a delivery coming because he wanted some. And I was like, fine.
I forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell everyone. I told Tamara. So Tamara sent me a big container of individually wrapped lemon heads too, right? I look away for 5 minutes. That tub is gone. And I look at Mr. Brown. I'm like, what have you done? He's like, I've hidden them all over the house. And I was like, you fucking bitch.
There was like a huge tub. And like my note was, well, look, now you won't have to find them.
Oops.
Right?
Challenge
I was
accepted.
like, oh no, I totally cursed you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. How do you handle working on multiple projects? I don't give myself more. Yeah, I don't give myself more than 3. New idea syndrome is very strong, but in order for me to work on one, I have to finish one of the other ones. So that's how I do that. I can't speak for other people. You are avoiding eye contact right now.
I think, like for me, I think that having multiple projects available so that when I get to a point where I can't work on the one anymore and then I move to the other one. But I have one project where I'm actually like drafting it and I'm working on it, and then I have another project where I'm editing it. So not drafting 2 at the same time. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of times when I'm in editing mode, I'm like, oh, I need to go back over here because I finally figured out how this one's getting out of those knots.
The Neil Gaiman approach, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can just do one and the other. Like I don't like to work on 7 things. Like since I don't working on the quarantine story, I've just not been working on the other one.
I try to have something that's draft that I'm working on that's a draft, and something that I was working on that's an edit. But it ends always that I'm editing more than I'm drafting. So the balance hasn't been struck yet. And if y'all know me at all, I hate the editing process. I'm really trying not to hate it. I'm trying so hard, but I hate it.
I love edit. I think we talked about this in another stream. I think we may have talked about it in your stream, but I love the editing process.
I wish
like all that wordsmithing, that's like my favorite. It's done. You're just going to make it better. I love that.
It's never done.
It never ends. Let's tackle a different question real quick. So ADH Writer wants to know, what's the weirdest thing that you've done to get over writer's block?
that's actually why I have multiple projects. Like I have several projects for that reason, so I never actually deal with writer's block.
The weirdest thing I've ever done to get over writer's block was I waded into a freezing cold chest deep lake and sat in there for about 45 minutes trout fishing, and like the first bite I got, I was like, oh, it was almost like lightning. It was like lightning, but I don't know what it was. It was something about hypothermia, catching a fish, and running out to the shore to.
How are we supposed to follow that?
I'm not gonna try that. I'm not trying.
I'm like, I took a walk.
I mean, I'm not recommending it to anyone else. I mean, that was ridiculous. But I mean, we're talking about the weirdest thing, and that by far, especially because like people who know me intimately know that I have a real phobia of wild water, and especially when it gets really deep. So I think it was just like, I think it was a combination of, I don't know, breaking through that and then everything else. But yes, that was by far the weirdest thing I've ever done, and I got it to hurdle. I hurdled that writer's block, broke right through it.
I don't know. Like the thing that I did was not really weird. I really only had writer's block like in a bad way once, and in fact, I spent my entire career believing that it was not a real thing until I had it, which is always the thing, right? You go, and then you get it. So, and the thing I did was help two other writers get through their books, and that, like, not only it was this sort of low pressure situation where I could help them, but I didn't have to, but I wasn't responsible for the project. But also it like made me feel so creative again, and it made me like remember why I love writing, and that like helping someone else, that was sort of the key for me.
I just go run, and I keep running. And at some point I'll hit like that runner high, and then my brain will start to like make those ideas. Unfortunately, it can take anywhere between 3 and 5 miles. So that's probably the weird thing that I do. I started walking on the treadmill while writing, which, you know, somebody says that makes me an overachiever, but it actually, like, I write so well now. Like, I feel like the ideas can be better. So.
There's something to that. My little peddler, like I am always so much more productive when I'm doing that. And this is the weird thing about the streams. Like I don't do it here because I would be like this through the whole stream while we're
dancing.
I mean, that's too much.
I like this idea. Let's do that.
Right?
Can you dance the entire time we're writing?
Where we're all on some sort of exercise apparatus.
It's like Fitword, where we all exercise while writing. Okay, we're not actually making that thing. We're going to move on to the next question, which is actually, why did you decide on a pen name until you're not the only one who thought my government name was Caro Brown. That's the name of a city, actually. Amy was doing research for SEO, and she's like, hey, did you know that your name is actually a city name, and it's got like a really bad crime rate? And I was like, no, but don't talk about my city that way. Of course, she's probably been eating. Are you there, Amy? No?
No.
Oh, man. All right. Well, Caro came from that one book that I read to the very end because I like the first name. And then, of course, like my hair is actually a brown color, so I just call myself Caro Brown. And it's actually been really useful for me because I didn't think I was going to have to deal with people like looking me up. And my name is actually on the mortgage. So, yeah. I had to do it because I was a teacher and they required you to do pen names for robot erotica reasons that we talked about earlier in the stream. But that was why I did it. And then because I had already built my brand up at that point around that name, I didn't want to have to redo it and rebrand. So I was like, today I will be Caro Brown until the end of time. So
it suits you, though. It really fits you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Orla wants to know if you had to pick any other panelist writing process, who would you pick and why?
Well, that's interesting.
I think like I would like to try like the Caro Brown method because there's like organization in it, and I've never been able to like achieve that level of awesome adultness. So yeah, I would, but it would only last for one day because then I'd be like, I can't do this.
my chaos?
That's right. That's right.
So
Why
the
is
Carol-
my desk so clean? I can't find anything.
Here's the Carol Brown writing method. You wake up, you kiss your husband goodbye as he goes to work, and you say, go make me money, right? You do that. All right, you go to your planner and you look at the things that you have to do for the day, and you made this list the night before, and it's just 3 things, and they're really easy, like, put a dish away, right? So 3 things, make the bed, all that stuff. So you do that, and then you go and put on your VR headset and you play Beat Saber for an hour, okay?
So addictive.
Or you actually like go find some kind of like exercise thing that you like to do for an hour. So walking dogs, yoga, running, whatever. I have to exercise in the morning because by the time like lunchtime hits, that's not happening. I'm a morning workout person.
Uh-oh.
Going to what?
Okay, you're back.
What's happening?
What's going on?
I don't know.
It all looks sterile to me.
Okay.
Oh, she looked like she froze for a moment on my screen.
No, I'm here. Okay. But yeah, so wake up, go make me money, planner stuff, exercise, go to a writing sprint, finish the writing sprint, and gab for probably anywhere between 15 to an hour with the other panelists at the live thing when you're done. And then you take a look and see how much time you have left in the day, and you do other things. That's literally how my day is planned. So I don't know if you want to try that or not. But other panelists' writing process. I would try Tamara's because not meeting a deadline would be like really weird for me.
You know what? Here's the thing about it. My background's in journalism. I used to meet deadlines, daily deadlines.
That's why you can't do it anymore.
No,
You're like, I am not going back to that.
no, you know what? I know that I'm with you, Tamara. We are the same in this way, right? Before, you never miss a deadline ever because obviously, if you did, the world would end, right? And then, by some freakish occurrence in the universe, you did miss a deadline, and the world did not end. And now it's hard.
That's a problem.
Right? That is it. Yeah, that is it. I feel you. I have the exact same experience, right?
Yeah, it was like deadlines all the time, every day, 6 days a week. Deadlines. And I'd always head up.
Yeah. Agreed.
So that's who I would try. So Jane would do my process. I would try Tamara's. What about you, Sky and Lisa?
Sky?
I would totally do Karos because I want to do Beat Saber so bad. But I can't do VR. It hurts my eyes and gives me a headache, so I can't do VR.
Oh, that sucks.
I will play for you.
That's why I'm like, tell me what song you did today.
Mm.
I'll extend my 1 hour. I will extend my 1 hour to 2 just for you.
Oh,
My sacrifice.
yeah, that's a
God.
sacrifice.
You're so generous, Caro.
Thank you.
So generous.
What about you?
I would do your process, Caro, because it's most like my process was when I was productive. So, right, I would like to go back to that. I keep trying to. There are elements that are missing that I cannot regain in the pandemic. And so I think what I'm missing is Beat Saber in the morning.
Right? I'm
So
like,
you have to add
I
that.
could do that.
Breathing, check.
I'm just trying to
Beat Saber's so
Planners,
much fun.
check. Beat Saber, not there. I feel like that's the secret ingredient.
And I don't do just like any songs either. I'm like, which one is going to give me like, like weak arms by the end? This one? Okay, cool. Like I found the cha-cha slide and I sent it to Tamara and I was like, I'm going to play this.
I was like, oh my God. This looks insane. And I like showed it to the math magician and he's like, holy crap. But it's like, at least it's, right hand this time, left foot this time, like there's directions.
Mm-hmm.
What was the next one that you sent me? That it was just absolute chaos. And I was like,
Oh,
How would you even learn how to do this?
I think it was actually one of like the Imagine Dragons songs, but I found an even more insane one that's from the Doom soundtrack, and I was like, whoa.
I don't want to have anxiety while I'm playing. I just want to have a good time.
Okay. RC is asking, has the story ever changed from one genre unintentionally while you were writing it? Yeah. Like, I actually have a couple of, like, Faye Black. You know, that's my romance erotica name. And I'll start off with, like, this is going to be a great Faye Black one. I start writing it. I'm like, no, we got to move it over to Carol Brown because it's, like, it's not checking any of those boxes.
Yeah. I was going to say, The Awakening started off as an erotica and then turned into a fantasy romance.
So I started off writing fantasy, and then I started having too much romance going on in my stories, which is how I switched over to paranormal romance. So, yeah. My whole genre changed because of that.
No, that's never happened. Starts a rom-com, ends a rom-com.
Yeah, my stories that were different genres, it was pretty deliberate.
Yeah, no, it's just, I think it's what it is because I kind of want it to be raunchy, but then I get really into it, and then, like, I do too many other subplots to take away from what would be the raunchy part, and I'm like, well, I can't keep it in there now, so. So Charlie wants to know, has there ever been a time you didn't know where your story was going? Well, I'm not a discovery writer, so no.
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm a discovery writer, so I typically know, like, what I want to happen, but then by the end of it, I'm like, wow, that was a cool adventure.
I always know where it's going to end before I start writing, but obviously as you're plotting, there are times when you don't know how it's going to end. Like for me, whenever I start, like I always get the beginning in my mind. So that's always the first part for me, some scenario. And then I have to figure out how to make that into a story, like we all do. And so, but I do plot all the way through. Like I would never start writing a book if I had no idea how it was going to end. Ever. I always plot first and then write.
I have like an overall idea.
Know how it's going to end.
No, you
What
don't.
do you say?
I never know how it's going to end.
That's why she's downboard so often. She's like, I just want to talk. And I haven't done quite the math magician thing where I get like my phone out and I just start playing on it while she's talking. I still kind of make eye contact. I'm like, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, I know that I'm just saying words to people and that it's not really getting registered. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when she's doing it, I'll be off in my own little world and I hear her talking and I hear the words that are coming out of her mouth and then I'm like, what? And she'll be like, I got it. Okay. Yeah.
Glad I can help. Woo!
But you know, if I'm soundboarding with like a deliberate, hey, I need help
Right.
with like I actually need your input, I let you know. But if it's just that I just need to like speak out loud, then you know.
Yeah. I remember, I think you've done that twice. You were like, hey, she's going to do this tarot reading. What cards should these be? I was like, tell me their personalities. And I was like, these are the cards you want, those.
Yeah.
So I have actually not had Steph Romance Book Talk come into my channel before. Hello, welcome. I actually go to Steph's channel all the time for like romance recommendations because she like, that's her thing. And so my collection has expanded thanks to Steph. Thank you. But she says, how do you deal with readers' requests for specific types of characters? It's very simple. I tell them to write their own book.
Oh, that's harsh.
There you go.
I love it. When I get readers who are like, hey, can you give me a character like this? I'm like, ooh, yes, I can. Let's have fun. Yay! Yeah. So, but you write very specific as well. So I think my writing and my genres are a little bit more flexible. I think if somebody were like to request a specific kind of character for like my Awakening series, I'd probably be more like, no, because I already have who they are and it's important that they stick with this kind of genre. But for my erotica short stories, I'm like, yeah, you want like big, beefy, bulgy mountain men? Bring it on. Let's do this.
Or robots.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dying.
Jeff, you missed it. We were talking about robot erotica earlier, and it was the most entertaining conversation for 15 minutes.
Oh, I die inside. You know, I haven't had many reader requests for types of characters or anything. I haven't had that.
I haven't either yet. So
Is it something that you guys think you might be willing to entertain?
Like, if I had a Patreon
Yeah.
or something, and I wanted to do, like, some kind of short story, I'd be kind of like, hey, Patreons, what kind of thing would you like to have in here? Would you like a certain kind of character, or do you need a new character?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to do what makes me money.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I am a broke-ass bitch. I need money.
Like I've had people ask me to do like little cameos, and so I'll insert this person, but I'll maybe change their name up a little bit or whatever, and I think that's fun. I think that's a lot of fun. So
That's one of the tiers for my Patreon. I can't remember which one it is, but if you are on that tier, then I make a character about you in my stories.
yeah.
But
That's a
I
great
haven't-
idea.
but I haven't had anyone like make any specific request. I don't think.
Yeah.
Though I have been thinking about doing a short story with like kind of more of a group approach on Patreon, because I just think that would be fun. And yeah, but I'm
So-
not going to start brainstorming on Patreon.
It sounds like hit us up on our Patreons, and we will do just about anything you ask us to. Okay.
will work for
Hey,
money.
I'm just saying.
Get the wrong.
No, because see, like, here's the thing, because like every now and then I'm in like somebody's stream and we get a question like, what inspires you to write? And I'll be like on here with like Tamara or Dana or something, and be like, and they've all got like deep, like very thought out answers, and it gets to me and I'm like, bills. I am inspired by bills because I have to make money. I am poor.
Yes. What inspires you to write? Money. Money and food. Money and food.
I'm just saying these don't just appear, okay? I have to
Sometimes they
exchange
do.
currency.
Apparently, they do sometimes.
Right type of year.
So that's the thing there. But what else I was gonna say with that? But yeah, so that's usually how I deal with that. And I've never really had anybody come at me and be kind of like, well, you don't include these kind of characters, because here's my thing. At least in this book. So in this book, I have so many different people from different parts of the world in it, right? I've got an Icelandic woman in here. She's the main character. I've got David, who's an Asian American who is disabled. And I don't really highlight that because David doesn't highlight that. He doesn't see himself as disabled. He just happens to be missing part of his leg, right? That's just how he sees himself. We go to Japan, we go to England, we go everywhere, right? So not like saying I wrote this book to check off boxes, but that's just naturally how it happens. And with my Faye Black stuff, that stuff naturally happens either. Did I mean for that first dress-up story to be a lesbian romance? No, it's just what happened, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think if you write to check off boxes or to appease other people, I think that really takes away from like your genuine writing process, because you're not writing what feels good here. You're just writing to like make somebody else happy, which is why I usually say you can write your own story.
Right.
And I would be happy to read it.
Well, it feels a little bit like, I know that, it's almost like sort of adjacent to the whole idea of writing to market, that you're writing, like readers want this. And so, but it's so specific to have a reader ask you for a specific type of character.
Yeah.
Really.
And then I think I had one person ask me if there was anybody who was like part of the LGBTQ in there. And my first thought was like, yes, Goodfellow is very much part of the rainbow community. He can turn into whatever he wants to be. So let's see. Well, there's the next question. Carol Brown, will Faye Black ever write robot erotica answer?
Oh my gosh,
You know
this
what?
is going to really be a reoccurring theme, isn't it?
You know what? I will, just for you. I got to finish my demon romance first, though. I got to finish that.
But so is AI considered robot erotica? If you
Don't have the answer for that yet.
okay.
I was just kind of looking. It's a very tiny niche, and I think I'm gonna just kind of put a pinky finger in there to see how I like it, and then we'll go from there. Hey, StreamYard jump. Yay. I'm going to look for one more question. And if there aren't any, I think I'm going to end it because we've been here for...
I was
What?
going to say something. I know. I was going to totally say something about that pinky, dipping your pinky. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put Ava back in the box, okay?
Look at Tamara's face. Tamara's like, I can't. Tamara, that's a two fan right
Talking
there.
about erotica, and you're talking about dipping your pinky. I'm like, oh, you have opened Pandora's box, woman.
No. Sometimes my innuendos are on purpose. All right, one last question, then we're ending it. All right, here we go. Last question.
Okay.
Tea or coffee, ladies?
Tea.
I would say wintertime is a lot of coffee, and summertime is like a mix.
But that'd be like, I can't even make it. We need CO Savvy to make that into a word for us, please.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
I don't want
Crobotica or something. Aquatica.
But yeah, so I'm a coffee person. I only
Oh, see, now everybody's seeing this one, right? It's
Right, we're
not
all
just
seeing
me.
this one.
Okay.
what?
You froze
Oh,
for
did
all
I?
of us. It wasn't just for Dana this time.
It wasn't just me and Sky this time. So, look, Sky, we're not crazy. No.
That's
Oh my
debatable. Okay, answer the question though. What are you, coffee or tea?
Coffee. And I only drink tea when I go to see my mom in Britain, and then we'll go through like 2 pots in a day. And then she's like, "Do you want some more tea?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want any more tea. No more. Tea'd out."
I'm coffee, but I definitely drink tea upon occasion. I have like a collection of tea. I do enjoy tea.
I'm gonna be the weird one because I don't drink either one. I am the cocoa person.
Wait,
You know, Amy,
or Coke?
Always has to be one.
Okay.
chocolate.
It has to be. Tamara, do you drink sweet tea because you have like the whole Southern thing going on?
Sometimes I'll make a big old thing of sweet tea, but I try not to have a crap ton of sugar, and it's really hard to have sweet tea and not have it like
A crap ton of sugar.
yeah, like that's essentially impossible.
That's the secret ingredient that makes it so delicious.
Yeah, if your pancreas doesn't die, it's not good sweet tea.
Yeah, like so I'm gonna tell the story and then we're gonna do outro. So I went to go visit my dad's girlfriend's family, which isn't as awkward as that sounded. And like I've never been to Georgia. I've never had Georgia hospitality before, but it was just like I was very amazed, right? And my dad's girlfriend's mom was very sweet, and at one point she was just kind of like we were having all sorts of fun conversations. Like at one point she was like, "What are the alcohol laws in your state?" And I was like, 21. And I was like 21 or too young, and she's like, "Well, we do not sell on Sunday here." And I was like, "You must get a lot of business on Saturday." Right? But at one point, I woke up in the morning and she's like, "Oh, you're an early riser. Would you like some tea?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd love some tea," because I didn't want to say I wanted coffee. And so she comes over and it's in a mason jar. And I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm here. I'm embracing it." And I was holding it up and I was looking at it. I could literally see the sugar syrup moving in the thing. And I was looking at it. I was like, "I'm going to have such an overload." And of course, like Mr. Brown came in and I was like, "You have to take one for the team and help me drink this."
You're like, call the dentist.
Yeah, and so and his face, you don't see him here, but like Mr. Brown's face is very like monotone. And so I remember he took like a sip of it and he was like, but let's go ahead and do outros so that way I can let everybody continue on with their day. So we will start with Dana because that's the correct direction that I happen to point in.
Yay! So I too love boba tea, and I was introduced to it by the lovely Caro Brown, which I can't point because everything's crazy. But I'm Dana. You can catch me on my channel. I have a Patreon page. I also have a website called danagollenwrites.com. And yeah, I also have books available under Ava Fox over on Amazon.
Yeah. Go, Sky. I choose you.
Woo! I'm Sky. I typically write paranormal romance. I'm named SD Haggis, and I'm slowly getting to the point where I am consistent about posting YouTube videos. Maybe we'll see how long that lasts. And yeah, that's me.
You've been vlogging every day this month.
I have been. We'll
if
see how much
people-
longer that lasts because there's things going on, and that might change that.
Well, but while it's happening, if people enjoy vlogs, they should go check out your channel.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna help you promote yourself. It's okay.
I'm terrible at that.
We all are. Why?
Practice.
Lisa's like, I have no shame. Come on over. I got all kinds of stuff. Look at here. Look at my stuff.
Well, you know.
Lisa, can I just tell you, and then I'll do my outro. But when we were doing the Evergreen Riding Oasis, and you'd sent in your photo, and you were like lounging on the lounge chair, I was like, "This is so Florida! Oh my god, this is wonderful!" Oh, I chuckled, and believe me, it was a well-needed chuckle. So
Yes.
I'm so good. Well, the funny thing, so there's actually kind of a funny story about behind that photo. My niece my brother, this is not the funny part. My brother died when he was in his 20s, and he had 2 little girls. And at the time that he died, like little girls, and at the time that he died, I had this like really overpowering feeling that I needed to make sure that they went to college. And my niece called me her senior year in high school and said, "Can I come live with you? Because I want to go to college in Florida, and there's no way I can afford it if I'm in state here." And so I said, "Yeah, sure, of course." So she came and lived with me, and we had got her prom dress. And we ordered it, and it was gorgeous, but it was a little bit too big in the chest area, which is not an issue for me. So, but we didn't want to send it back until we got it reordered because it was getting close to prom. Like, well, worst case scenario, we'll take it to a seamstress and have it fixed up. So, for a brief shining moment, we had 2 identical prom dresses and identical sunglasses, and so we posed for all these goofy photos, and that picture came from that little photo where it was just us goofing around. But I swear to God, like every publisher I've ever had is like, "We want that one." Like that's the picture. Yeah. So now I just use
there's so much personality. Like there's so much you, and there's so much Florida. Like I could just imagine you being there, like waiting for a hurricane, drinking a hurricane, like just laughing about the pool, being like, "Oh, hurricane coming, y'all, let's barbecue." Like, oh, so Florida. Okay. Hello, my name is Tamara. I'm a cozy mystery author. I am currently on vacation. I don't want vacation to end. I think I'm starting to get good at it. I'm going to return at some point to doing videos and streaming and stuff, but it's not this week.
No. Did you know that Tamara's got a Patreon, and if she gets 50 patrons, that I get to have her works in physical form?
That's why I joined. Could we get a link? Let's throw up a link to that in the chat.
I know, right?
Let me see if I can't.
I think
run
you guys
over to
can do
Patreon and
I'll do it.
the link.
Oh God.
I'm just saying, I can't, like, as you guys know, I thoroughly enjoy trolling Tamara whenever I can, and this is not really a troll, but this is something I need because I like to make her uncomfortable by holding her book covers up at the camera while she does her outro.
Oh my God.
Just saying. Lisa, I already...
Wait, yeah, she's trying to
Hold on, I'm getting Tamara's Patreon link. Hold on.
I got it. I already put it in there.
Oh, you did it. But you're always ahead of me. Always. Oh, this is why I want to be you when I grow up. Okay.
Lisa, would you like to do your outro too?
I will. I'll be fast because I'm gabbing too much. Hi, I'm Lisa Daly. I'm a traditionally published author of romance, contemporary romance, and nonfiction dating advice. There's a weird combination. And over on my channel, I give advice on how to write a book you're super proud of and get it published. So I hope you'll check it out. And happy birthday, Caro. Thank you so much for having me here today.
I just kind of invited you last minute too. I was like, hey, here's a link. Come on in. So I guess I should do my outro. Hi, my name is Kara Brown. I am an urban fantasy author, and I also write under the name of Faye Black. You can find all those links down below if you want to support a sister. And if you want to get me a birthday gift, because I've heard a couple of you ask, you could buy my book and you can leave a review for it. I prefer it to be an honest review. I'm just saying. If you didn't like it, that's fine. You can say you didn't like it. My feelings won't get hurt, but I will see it and I will have it embedded into my soul for all eternity. Anyway, I do stream every Tuesdays. And if you guys want to see the live stream schedule, I think that's down below as well, along with links to all these wonderful people's channels as well. So if you have not followed them, you can follow them now. And I think that's everything. There's even a thing down there for Amy that says one day next to her thing, because at some point she's gonna get a website, she's gonna get a YouTube channel, and she's gonna get some other stuff. Because this is in my 5-year plan. Okay, it's happening.
And it's in your 5-year plan. It's happening.
It's in her planner. She showed us.
Yes.
It's true.
So, Tamara's in the planner too.
It's true. How does my world get to your planner? I don't even know.
I know. I'm like, whoa, what does she have planned for you?
Yeah.
Paperbacks.
But anyway, so we'll go ahead and end it. Thanks, guys, for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time, and I will talk to y'all again real soon. So bye.
Bye.
Happy